Now, for our part, I would never presume how Judge Amy Coney Barrett would rule on the Supreme Court of the United States.
Yeah,
but,
you wouldn't want to
we'll continue
mansplain,
to stand
Harris.
strong for the right to life. When you speak about the Supreme Court, though, I think the American people really deserve an answer, Senator Harris.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
Ooh.
Are you and Joe Biden going to pack the court?
Shark
if
with
Judge Amy
laser beam
Coney
attached
Barrett
to
is
his head.
confirmed? I mean, there have been 29
answer.
vacancies on the Supreme Court during presidential election years, from George Washington to Barack Obama. Presidents have nominated in all 29 cases. But your party is actually openly advocating adding seats to the Supreme Court, which has had 9 seats for 150 years, if you don't get your way. This is a classic case of if you can't win by the rules, you're going to change the rules.
Leave her
Now,
the
you've
floor.
refused to answer the question. Joe Biden has refused to answer the question. So I think the American people would really like to know, if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed to the Supreme Court of the United States, are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme Court to get your way?
I'm so glad we went through a little history lesson. Let's do that a little more.
And not answer the question.
She's trying to accuse
In
him of mansplaining.
1864.
Well, I'd like you to answer the question.
Mr. Vice President. so you
Answer
can-
any question, ever! Ever!
Stay.
Ever, you biracial nightmare!
1864, one of the, I
She gonna
think,
go back to her
political
birth
heroes,
again?
certainly of the president, I assume if you also, Mr. Vice President,
I was
is
born
Abraham
in Kaiser
Lincoln.
Hospital in Oakland.
Abraham Lincoln
Okay, I'm adding
was
to the
up
drinking
for
game.
re-election.
Every time she does not answer
and
a
it was
question.
27
Drink.
days
I
before
do
the
not
election.
advocate people dying. Please do
And
not follow
a
that
seat
rule.
became open
That's
on the
every
United
time.
States Supreme Court. Abraham Lincoln's party was in charge not only of the White House, but the Senate.
Who was not in session.
But Honest Abe said it's not the right thing to do.
Because
The
nobody was
American
in
people
town, lady.
deserve to make the decision
Civil War.
about who will be the next president of the United States.
And you had to go back to
Civil War.
1964 to
Who will
find an
serve for a
example that you shoehorned into
on the
fitting that
highest
doesn't even
court
fit.
What about the other
of our
28?
land.
Hey, by the way,
And
you
so
gonna pack the
Joe
courts?
and I are very clear. The American
You gonna pack the
people
courts?
are
Are
voting
you gonna pack the
right
courts?
now.
Are you gonna
And
pack
it
the
should
courts?
be
I'm
their
done with this
decision
broad.
about who will
I may have been
serve
mistaken.
on this most important body for a lifetime.
Are you gonna pack the courts?
Thank you,
And-
Senator
Are
Harris.
you gonna moderator?
Do it
Do
again.
your fucking job. Are you gonna pack the courts?
Pack the
Are you gonna
Supreme
pack the
Court
courts?
if you
Mike
don't
Pence had
get
to
your
ask
way
the
to
question that
get
every American wants to know. She
You
shucked it, and you didn't
Hold
follow
on.
up.
Joe Biden
He's
gave
asking
a
again.
non-answer.
Trying to answer you
The
now.
American people deserve a straight answer. And
You didn't
and if you haven't
answer.
figured it out, you have
Drink
the straight answer is
angrily.
they are going to pack the Supreme Court if they somehow win this election. Men and
Mr.
women,
Vice President,
I got to
I
tell you,
think
people across this country, if you cherish our Supreme
Yeah,
Court,
why do you want to
if
road trust
cherish
in
the
American
separation of powers, you need
institutions?
to reject the
Miss Handy
Biden-Harris ticket.
McAnderson?
Come November the 3rd, re-elect President Donald Trump, and we'll stand by that separation of powers in a 9-seat Supreme Court.
Yeah, let's talk about
Boom.
packing the court then. Let's talk about
Please.
that.
Let's talk about it.
I'm
Answer
about
it.
to.
Well, don't say a mansplaining. He
The
asked you to get an
Trump-Pence
answer.
administration has been, because I sit on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Susan, as you mentioned, and I've witnessed the appointments for lifetime appointments to the federal courts, district courts, courts of appeal. People who are purely ideological, people who have been reviewed
Qualified
by,
candidates.
People
by
I
legal
don't agree
professional
with.
organizations and found to have been not competent, are substandard. And do you know
According to you, huh?
that of
I'm
the
getting my
50
drinking hand ready.
people who President Trump appointed to the Court of Appeals for lifetime appointments,
Are you going to pack the courts?
not one is black?
What is that? What?
They've been doing. You want to talk about packing the
Okay.
court? Let's have that discussion.
Well,
then
All right,
answer the
thank you,
question.
In that
thank you,
case, you
Senator.
wouldn't
Let's go
qualify.
on and talk about
Wow.
the issue of
Let's talk
racial
about it without
justice.
talking.
had
you
two
have to
chances,
moderator.
man.
I'm sorry, but do your fucking
American
job,
people, maybe
sweetheart.
the next
Otherwise,
two.
we're
Joe
going to
Biden
see
will
for
answer
years
the
to
question.
come
I think
people
the
saying this
American
is why
people
broads
will.
Thank
shouldn't
you, Vice
moderate
President.
debates when there are broads on stage. I get your
In
little
March,
sisterhood of the
Breonna
traveling
Taylor, a
bullshit,
26-year-old
but
emergency
call her
room
on it
technician in
now.
Louisville
Call her
was
to
shot
the
and
mat.
killed
That was
after
3
police
times that he had to
officers
do your
executing
job and
a
ask if she would
search
pack
warrant
the
when
courts.
the investigation broke into her apartment.
Every answer from
police
Pence
said
should be,
they identified
so will
themselves.
you pack the courts?
Taylor's boyfriend said he didn't
Yeah.
hear them do that. He used a gun registered to him to fire a shot, which
Yeah,
wounded an
I think
officer.
it's a little bit
The
tough.
officers then fired
Yeah, I
more
think you
than
gotta.
20 rounds into
you
the
can,
apartment.
yeah, cut my
So they
eye.
were acting
Yeah, you gotta
in
cut it.
self-defense.
You gotta cut it.
Just
Cut it.
your
Cut the eye. Cut the.
Connection.
Cut the eye. Yeah.
Senator
yeah,
Harris,
good.
the case
Okay,
of
all right.
Breonna Taylor
Okay, thank you.
Jeez.
was justice done.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, I
Somebody
didn't,
okay?
yeah.
I don't believe
What?
that.
Why did he's good? He's
Oh,
still,
it's true.
he's
It
still
helps me
good.
see better.
Brianna's mother, Tamika Palmer,
You just
and her
didn't-
family. And her family deserves justice.
get
She
him
was a
back in there.
beautiful young woman. She had as her life goal to
We're talking
become a
about
nurse,
Breonna
and she
Taylor
wanted to
now.
become an EMT to first learn what's going on
Mike
out on the
Pence
street,
shoot Breonna
so she
Taylor?
could then
Yeah.
become a nurse
Apparently
and save
so. He was the
Why are we
former-
talking about
lives
this?
taken.
Mike Pence's stance on
Unjustifiably
Breonna
and
Taylor, who, by the way, was not
tragically
asleep, was in the hall, and from what I understand,
And it
actually was
just
the one who
it
likely
brings
shot at
me
the cops.
to
Really?
Yeah,
That's what I
that's what the
heard.
boyfriend said, but then he went back and then he said it again. Apparently, that's more relevant than a direct question. Hey, will you pack the courts, Kamala Harris? Hey, why is the Green New Deal on your website? It must be nice to be a Democrat woman and have to answer for nothing.
Zero.
Whereas when you're Amy Coney Barrett, you have to answer New York Times op-eds as to whether your adoption of underprivileged black children is modern-day slave ownership. Must be nice to be Kamala Harris and just never called to account for anything you say or do.
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.